Hi everyone, welcome to our 5th week of distance learning for art class. Before we get started on what week 5 is going to look like, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I was seeing with last week's work. A lot of you expressed some just general unhappiness with how things have been going. Being stuck inside, learning from home. This time has not been easy for a lot of you. Some of you were feeling just fine, but a lot of you were saying, this is really hard. This is not easy. I had people saying that they just feel like every day is the same, that they're bored, that they miss seeing their friends at school. It's hard, and I get. Oh, hang on. I can also say that teaching from home has not exactly been the easiest. I have my 2 kids home with me during this time. Anyway, I just basically hang in there, do what you can, and please definitely reach out for help when you need it. James, stop playing with the window. One new thing that I just wanted to point out is that I'm going to start doing Google Meets Hangouts. These are totally optional. It's really just a way for you to, pop in and ask questions if you need it. I would love for students to share their work. James, stop playing with that. Pop in and share your work. Or I would like to share, some art demos, or maybe have you even share some art demos. So those are going to be optional. It's going to be Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 10:30 to 11. Basically, I'll just have that link open, and if anyone wants to join, great. And if you don't want to, that's okay too. You guys got a lot on your plate. If you click, this is just a page that'll be in each one. This is where I'll have the link to the Google Meet, and just, explain kind of, what the point of it is. All right, so moving on to week 5. We are going to be working or focusing on connecting with nature this time. And I'm hoping that we have some really beautiful weather to make this kind of easy and enjoyable for you guys. So step 1, of course, is going to be to watch the intro video, which is what you're doing right now. Step 2 is going to be create from the art challenge options. I already have this opened up in a new tab, so I'm going to go there. And present mode. I have a very unhappy 4-year-old by me right now. Alright, so again, connecting with nature this time. So our essential question here is just how can we create an artwork inspired by our natural world? It can be really helpful and beneficial to get outside, have those experiences. If you can't get outside for whatever reason, it's completely fine. You can still do this from inside, just using your Chromebook. But I'm hoping you're able to get out there. So you're going to complete, again, just one of the challenges. You don't need to do 2 this week. Same thing where you take a picture and add and your answers to the reflection document and submit on Schoology. All right, so our first one here is kind of doing a walk outside and doing a nature study. So for this one, go for a walk in your neighborhood or your backyard. Practicing social distancing, and of course, check in with a parent or guardian to make, check in with people before you leave the house. And as you do that, start gathering things like leaves, flowers, anything that's interesting that you see outside. You can take your notebook or paper with you and do it out there, bring it back inside, but just kind of pay close attention to the lines and the shapes that you see. Do a slow crawling contour line that basically just means go slow, go careful, and draw the outline that you see. Don't worry about this being perfect. It's really just an exercise in observation, while again kind of connecting more with the outside. And I do recommend that you rotate your paper during this time, switch it around, add color if you want, but it's optional. Oops. Challenge number 2 is a nature sculpture. So this was actually already one of the smaller kind of mini challenges from the first couple weeks. But for this one, again, kind of the same thing. Go outside, gather some materials from nature, pine cone sticks, rocks, leaves, whatever you see, and arrange it in some sort of design. I've got some examples here on the side where you could do a radial design, spiral design, or make it look like something. This challenge is inspired by Andy Goldsworthy. He does a lot of super cool artwork that's made just like this. I highly encourage you to check out his work if you're interested. Third challenge is inspired by Georgia O'Keeffe. She is a fantastic artist. I love her work. And one of the things that she does is she does these super close-up views of mostly flowers. But for this one, it's going to be finding an object from outside, or go online and find a photograph and zoom in. So what you're doing here is you're going to be sketching the object so it touches at least 3 sides of the paper, if not all 4. So for example, in the leaf one right here, the leaf does not touch this side of the paper, but it touches the top, left, and bottom. In the flower one here, it touches the top, right, and bottom, but does not touch the left side of the paper. Have at least touch 3 sides of your paper or 4 sides of your paper to get that super close-in look. And then finally, there are tons of ways that artists connect with nature in their work. So if you have your own ideas for this one, by all means, I'd love for you to explore that. So, keep that in mind. And then my final message to you with this is that if you do go outside, consider hugging a tree. And no, I'm not kidding. Apparently the Icelandic Forest Service recommends hugging trees since you can't hug people. Now you can hug the people in your family, of course. Do it often, do it all the time. But, the trees are there for us when we need them as well. I hope you like these challenges. If you have questions, you need help, please reach out, join the Google Meet, send me an email, and I look forward to seeing what you create.